Ozzy Osbourne, one of the most recognizable, revered, and influential figures in the history of rock music, has died at the age of 76. Known to millions as the Prince of Darkness, Osbourne was the frontman of Black Sabbath and a trailblazer who helped forge the genre of heavy metal into a global cultural force. His death was confirmed in a statement from his family, who wrote, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love." Osbourne's passing comes just weeks after what would become his final public appearance, a farewell concert held in his hometown of Birmingham, England, held at Villa Park, just a short walk from his childhood neighborhood of Aston. The performance brought together many of the rock legends who were inspired by him, including Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and Pantera. Speaking from the stage that night, Osbourne told fans, "You have no idea how I feel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." A working-class beginning born John Michael Osbourne on December 3, 1948, in Marston Green and raised in the industrial heart of Birmingham, Ozzy grew up in a working-class family. He left school at the age of 15 and held various jobs, including construction and abattoir work. Before a short stint in prison for burglary, music became both his escape and his salvation. After performing with a few local bands, Ozzy joined forces in 1968 with guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward to form what would become Black Sabbath. Their fusion of blues, distortion, and dark lyrical themes, often referencing the occult or dystopia, created a sound unlike anything else in popular music. Their self-titled debut album Black Sabbath 1970 stunned critics and enthralled fans. Later that same year, the band released Paranoid, which included landmark tracks like Iron Man, War Pigs, and Paranoid, songs now considered foundational to heavy metal. From Sabbath to solo stardom, Osbourne's tenure with Black Sabbath spanned nearly a decade, during which the band released a series of era-defining records, including Master of Reality 1971, Volume for 1972, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath 1973. However, years of drug use and internal conflict led to Osbourne being fired from the band in 1979. Many assumed his career was over. Instead, Ozzy returned stronger than ever with a solo debut that redefined his legacy. Blizzard of Oz 1980 featured guitar prodigy Randy Rhoads and yielded classic tracks like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. His follow-up, Diary of a Madman 1981, cemented his position as a solo powerhouse. With a mix of theatrical stage performances, dark imagery, and chart-topping albums, Osbourne thrived in the 1980s and 1990s. He also earned a reputation for his wild, often dangerous behavior. One of the most infamous incidents, often debated but never forgotten, was his onstage biting of a bat's head. Believing it to be a toy thrown by a fan, his substance abuse was equally notorious. A story from his tour with Mötley Crüe involved him allegedly snorting a line of ants during a competition to outdo their debauchery. Reinvention through reality to despite the chaos. Ozzy entered the 2000s as something unexpected, a lovable TV dad. MTV's The Osbournes, 2002 to 2005, introduced a new side of the rock legend, showcasing his daily life with wife Sharon Osbourne and their children Kelly and Jack. The show became a cultural touchstone, reshaping Ozzy's public persona from heavy metal menace to befuddled, foul-mouthed patriarch with an unexpected heart. It also propelled Sharon and Kelly into their own media careers. In 2003, Ozzy and Kelly recorded a duet of Black Sabbath's Changes, which reached No. 1 on the UK charts. This mainstream embrace did little to diminish Ozzy's rock status. His Ozfest Music Festival, launched in 1996, introduced a new generation to metal and featured some of the biggest acts in hard rock. Health battles and Final Osbourne's later years were marked by significant health struggles. In 2003, he suffered a severe spinal injury in an all-terrain vehicle accident. A 2019 fall worsened his condition and required multiple surgeries. In 2020, he publicly revealed that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He gradually withdrew from touring, but his love for performance never waned. In 2022, he made a surprise appearance at the closing ceremony of the Commonwealth Games, performing Paranoid in Birmingham. His final concert, held at Villa Park, was a symbolic full-circle moment. Ozzy performed seated on a black throne, visibly emotional, but still capable of commanding a stage. The event, live-streamed to nearly 6 million fans worldwide, featured hits like Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, and War Pigs. It was a triumphant, heartfelt goodbye from a man who had survived decades of excess, health issues, and public scrutiny to remain an enduring icon. Pantera frontman Phil Anselmo, speaking on stage at the farewell, summed up the sentiment felt across the rock world. The artists on this bill would all be different people without Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. That's the truth. I wouldn't be up here with this microphone in my hand without them. The greatest of all time. Personal life and legacy as he married Sharon Arden in 1982. The couple had 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack. Osbourne also had the older children, Jessica and Louis, from his previous marriage to Thelma Riley. Despite public turmoil, including struggles with sobriety and marriage troubles, the Osbournes remained a tightly knit family, often speaking of their loyalty and love for one another. Osbourne's contributions to music were widely recognized. He was inducted into both the UK Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and received stars on both the Hollywood Walk of Fame and Birmingham's Broad Street Walk of Stars. He also received an Ivor Novello Award for Lifetime Achievement, as well as 5 Grammy Awards during his career.